Hey guys, welcome back to another DK podcast. It's your homegirl Joey. Welcome back to the second half of episode 25, 25.2 with my homeboy OJ Macklin. I know you're anticipating to hear this second half, so without further ado, let's get into it. So let's switch gears. Let's go into the family aspect of you, the family man, the husband, the father. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, started off a little rocky. Not even talk about my marriage. Shout out to my wife too, Shakia
Shout
Macklin.
out, boo.
I've been around. I've been ripping and running, man, since I was 8, 9 years old. I was the person in the middle of the party dancing with the girls, right? So it's like I'm a person that I love women, right? And that's another reason why I feel like I resonate so much and why the gym has been so, because they can feel the love that I have for them,
Right. Yep.
right?
For
And
sure.
then I met a beautiful young lady, right? And I met a beautiful young lady that I wanted to have in my life more than I wanted to lose her, right? And then she got pregnant, and then I had a responsibility. Now, before my wife got pregnant, I had about 6 other children, and I'm man enough to admit it that sometimes I had children and I didn't even know the woman's middle name. Right. And it was like, as these children are growing up, most of them were during my incarceration. I lost understanding. I lost maybe love and empathy in regards to my children and those women because I didn't know them.
Right.
Right. I didn't know them. And I believe that a man can only love what he has like grasp and control on. You know what I'm saying? And I had no control over the women. I had no control over my kids, and I'm away in the cell. So then I come home and everybody's looking at me and I'm looking at everybody, and I want to discipline and they want fun and love, and everything was like mind boggling. And I know it was because I wasn't there.
Right.
So when I finally got with her and then she had got pregnant, I wanted to make the duty to make sure that she sees that I want to take care of her and my children. So I made a conscious decision, man, to take care of the woman that I love and my children. We just had another baby about 18 months ago too.
Absolutely. I love them. I love them all.
Yeah, my babies, man. Yeah.
So okay, you touched on how when you were incarcerated, how you had that disconnect with the children that you previously had, the six that so how did you go about rebuilding a relationship with the children that you already had?
That's a great question. I'm not even going to sit here and act like I had all the answers. Some relationships are still broken and still being worked on. And I've been home for 11 years. I can't really explain. I do the best that I can. And one thing that I'm understanding is that everybody is going to connect and meet when everybody's ready. And sometimes as a man, you come home and you push it. Right? Either you push it monetarily, you push it with your money, and you're trying to spend and earn a person's love, or you want to come home and you want to jump in their life and control it and show discipline and what they might be missing because you went through what you went through. And sometimes we all just need time.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I didn't do. Right. I came home and I was trying to correct things. Oh, my son don't want to go to school. I got to correct it instead of just understanding my son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My daughter is maybe questioning her sexuality, and I was upset about it. And instead of understanding my daughter, I started trying to place control over things. You know what I'm saying? Because you come home and you want to right some wrongs, and at the same time I'm trying to build a business and I'm trying to get myself together. So it was like a thing where I felt like, and like I said, I'm man enough to admit it, that I didn't give the energy and all the emphasis to my children that I should have when I came home. So it's like I got some little ones that we got some great relationships with. I got some older ones that is kind of rocky. But even in those, like the last couple months to about a year, things have been a little different. So I'm optimistic and I'm really positive about where things could go.
Because truth be told, like even when you have older children, as they get older, they start to realize how life really is. You know what I mean? And being a parent, it doesn't come with a handbook. You know what I'm saying? You live and you learn, you make mistakes. So even like I think about my relationship with my parents. So I had my mom, I had my biological father, and then I had my stepdad. My stepdad and my mom were married. And so basically, that's who I had in the house. And my stepdad, he was on drugs, right? So growing up, it was difficult because it was like, you're not my dad and you're on drugs, and like what can you do for me? How can you possibly help me? But once I got older and I found myself in the streets, and I just realized, like, we put too much as children, we put too much pressure on our parents, but we don't know that because we're kids. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got older as an adult, then I started to see things through a different lens, and actually our relationships our relationship became better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could understand, like, okay, you're addicted to something that you cannot control. This thing got a hold of you. You know what I mean? Some people are strong enough to beat it and some people are not. And actually, he ended up passing away because the
Sorry to
usage
hear that.
messed up his heart.
Yeah.
So, but he left on his own. He said, I don't want to do this no more. And he was honest to say, I can't fight this no more. So I'm ready to go. Like, but like I said, as I got older, I started to understand the relationship. So I pray that the same thing happens with, your children, that as you guys get older, that they start to understand that you're just a man. You know what I'm saying? You're just a man and you make mistakes and you learn from your mistakes and you just got to keep moving.
Yeah. And I got, like you just said, some very powerful things where it's like everybody's fighting their own demons, and you just never know what a person could be fighting and how strong of a hold it could have on them. And like I say, the relationship with the kids, it's getting better, and it will get better.
Right.
But it's even that has to be purposeful,
Right.
right? And right now, I'm at a point in my life, not even with my children, but just in my life, where I want to be more of an ear than a voice.
Yes.
Like, because sometimes I can step into a room and I can say, listen, that couch need to go over there. If we move this over there, and it's like sometimes I need to just come in and enjoy what was already set up to be
Right.
done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's like right now I'm in that season where it's like, let me understand how I can help. You know what I'm saying? Let me understand what you're going through and be unbiased and have really, I don't want to say unopinionated, but just be in that realm with them. So they open up to me more.
Absolutely.
Because you got to understand that, like my son, they're in their early 20s. They all in their early 20s. Like I said, I had about 5 or 6 when I went to jail. I was 23 years old with about 4 or 5 kids. So now they all in their early 20s. So they navigating and they living life. And there's some things about them that they might want to express to me that they might feel, and I want to know all of that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's where I'm at in regards to the children.
Absolutely, and it gives you a different mindset of how to bring the younger ones up. Because when we grew up, it was do what your mom said, and that's that. Ain't no talking back, ain't no asking no question. Your mom told you to go do that, you go do that. But these children are different now. They're not like us. They're, for the lack of better words, they're sensitive. Like, truth be told, they are sensitive. And so even with my daughters, I got an 11-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I have to have conversations with them. Conversations that my mom, what? Say what? So, but it's like, okay, all right, well, tell me how you feel. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what's going on. What you want to talk about. You know what I mean? Let them get that out. And then after that, it's like, all right, now go do what I told you to do. You said what you need to say. Now go do what you need to do.
That was important. Now do what I told. I'm glad you got it out, but do what I told you to do. And the world is sensitive.
Yeah.
And our kids are growing up with phones, and we don't always see what they're seeing.
Right.
And it's a lot of manipulation on the internet.
Yes.
So I believe that they're being taught how to be sensitive.
Yes.
They're being taught this, and that was never there for us. You fell down, you scraped your knee, you got up, you dusted it off, you kept going. Now they might lay on the ground till the ambulance comes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's just like, that's a trained behavior.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just something where, as in, I don't know if it ever changed, but I see it ever in sports. You used to be able to hit the quarterback. Now you can't hit the quarter. I mean, everything in life has changed.
Yes.
Everything has got softer. Everything has got a more what is feminine element to it.
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it's just like that's the world that we live in right now.
Right.
But that's another important thing about gyms like this, or what I feel like I bring to the table. I got the nonprofit, and I work with young boys ages 11 to 17.
What's the name of your nonprofit?
The OJ Macklin Foundation.
Okay.
So I got the OJ Macklin Foundation, and we just ran a program called Empower Fit, where we took the young boys and we dealt with mental health awareness, emotional coping skills, just things that help these boys regulate and also have manhood.
Yes. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, these boys don't have a firm handshake. They don't look you in the eye. And like I said, these things are trained behaviors that our boys have. And it's like, if we don't start implementing more programs like that and getting a hold of our youth, they're going to be raised by the system. They're going to be raised by social media.
Yep.
And it's like, they got to take people like us, my age and older. And it's like, it's crazy. And I'm not knocking it, but I'm seeing a lot of young kids, 24, 25, 26 with podcasts. And they're saying some things as if they even had the experience.
Right.
You see
Meanwhile,
it's like you haven't even started to live yet.
Exactly.
But now you got a 12-year-old listening to a 22-year-old, and now the 12-year-old believes the 22-year-old because the 22-year-old is cool.
Right.
Right. And then when you say something, they looking at you like you a dinosaur, but you the one that got the real game.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult right now, but it's also exhilarating because it's like I get the boys in here and I watch them change.
Okay.
Like I watch them.
Mm-hmm.
I actually see the boys change, and it's like you got to be on them every day with it. Pick your head up, man. Pick your head up, man. Run around the block. You acting like that, man. Get out of here. Go run. You have to be hard on them like that. You have it's a trained behavior. You have to be. You have to be disciplined with our young, especially our young men.
So how would somebody who would be interested in your organization get in contact with you?
OJ Macklin. You look up OJ Macklin on any social media platform, you're gonna find me. OJ Macklin on Instagram, OJ Macklin Foundation, and the OJ Macklin Fitness. You're gonna find it.
Okay. So do you tell me about your future endeavors?
So that's another great question. So we got about 3,000 square foot. That's the space that we're in right now. Like I said, we've been there for 10 years, going on 10 years. We've outgrown the space. We've outgrown it so much that me and my partner can't even be in here at the same time. So you can just imagine how much we're missing out, how many more people we could affect with a larger space.
Right.
So the goal is to get a larger space. The goal is to get a space that can compete with a larger chains. Because in the city of Pittsburgh, we have that type of stronghold where if we were to build it, they would come. Those commercial chains are only the way that they are because of the size that they are, and they can accompany more people.
Okay.
So the goal is to get a bigger space. The goal and to get a bigger space. The goal is to get a bigger space.
Okay.
And inside of that bigger space, have more amenities. You know, we want to get the juice bar in there, giving our people healthy veggies and fruits. We want the massage recovery room in there. We want the daycare in there. Because what happens is, even though this gym will be for everybody, we're not the diversity is the number one thing with us. At the same time, our people need to see pillars in our communities.
Yes.
Pillars that we have created and ones that haven't been given to us. When you walk into LA Fitness, it has no face to it. It has no energy to it. It has nothing that resembles you or me, and it has nothing that resembles Pittsburgh. And those type of things have to change, right? When you walk into a facility, you should walk into a facility having love and understanding of this is part of the community.
Right.
Right. And you'll bring more people out. So I mean, the plans are crazy. I don't want to go too far into it to speak too prematurely. I really don't like to do that. But the goal is what we're going to do is get a bigger gym.
Absolutely.
That's a guaranteed fact. We're going to get a bigger gym. We're going to service thousands of people. And it's going to happen soon.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that I love about coming to this facility is that it feels like a family, right? No matter what time I come in for a session, like whoever I'm working out with, it's a family thing. We're doing it together. We're working together, and you guys work with us as, you know, like I that's the best way I can describe it is brother and sisterhood, you know, and everybody is pumping everybody up. You know, if you look like you're struggling, the person next to you is going to tell you got this. Not just you, it's the people that's in your group too. They're going to push you to get it done, you know. So that family dynamic is very important, and I love to see when the children are here. So when you say the daycare, I'm just like, okay, cool, because Joelle will be there.
Yeah. And, you know, you have the daycare, and when you got the daycare, you got imagery, you got black imagery, you got black books. You say you got exercise. You're giving the kids the fruits and the vegetables, right? You're teaching. The goal is to create something that the generations that are coming up get to have, and they never get to experience what they didn't have or what we said we wanted. Right. So the goal is to get the youth moving. Right. And I believe that it should be a national mandate that all young boys exercise.
I agree.
That it should be law. There's scientific proof that kids that exercise and eat right just turn out to be different kids. No matter what no matter what neighborhood they come from, if you put some exercise and the right food in the kid's brain, things are going to go different.
Yes.
You're just going to go different. So we got to start believing in that. And also, I believe that we have to start enforcing our own things, because if the government came through right now and said that people got to be off the streets by 9 p.m., we would be off the streets by 9 p.m.
Absolutely.
Without a cop car in sight.
Right.
But if I was to say, listen, man, we need to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning and exercise, people would look at me like I was crazy.
Yes, they will.
And you would think that you would wake your son up and exercise with your son.
Right.
Or have him exercise while you on the couch nodding off, because you understand that these things only help your son and further to whatever it is that he's going to do. And I like to tell people that you might not want your son to exercise early right now, but he's going to exercise in jail.
Yeah,
he's going to exercise in boot camp.
For sure.
He's going to exercise in the military. He's going to exercise if he becomes the top 1% earner in the world, they say that if you're in the top percentile, exercise is the first thing that everybody does. So it's like, it's almost a thing. Whereas then, if we say we want to be what we say we want to be, there's
Right.
certain things that we have to do that
Right.
we're not doing
Right.
as a people. And
Absolutely.
I believe that that's what this gym helps create on a grander scale.
Yeah, to become excellent, you gotta take care of yourself. You know, the biggest thing is that health is wealth. Like, that's the truth.
And to become excellent, not only do you have to take care of yourself, but everybody you're around has to take care of yourself.
Yep.
Because when they say that it's a village, this is what we mean. Not because your son is doing bad and I grab him up and I bring him home.
Right.
No, what is the village doing?
Exactly.
Are we growing the food?
Yes.
Are we exercising? Are
Yes.
we together? Do we have a communal love? Do we love each other?
Are we spending together?
Things
that's
that,
important.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Things of that nature. So it's like, I can exercise, and Joe, you can exercise, and Clay can exercise. But for all of us that are, there's 5 to 10 people who aren't.
Right.
Right. So how do we get them? And I'm not saying that you got to be a fanatic, but for us, understanding the position that we're in, understanding that we're the lowest on the total pole, understanding that the food, the bars, the fast food joints are all targeted to us, understanding that the process, we understand it. Black people, we overstand the tricks that we do to us, and we still go for them.
Yep, absolutely.
Like I can sit here and have a conversation. People ask me all the time, OJ, will you write me a meal plan? And I don't write meal plans because nothing is new under the sun.
Right.
You know exactly what to eat and what not to
yep.
eat. You know you're not supposed to eat them chips.
Yep.
You know you should add some veggies.
Yep.
So you want me to write you a meal plan so that you can come back to me and say, oh man, that plan, I got boring, or I ain't like that. Or you want to give an excuse and you want to put that on me when we all know that we shouldn't be eating McDonald's.
Right.
We do it. But we know that we shouldn't. We know that we should be exercising, and we know that we should be eating our fruits and vegetables.
Or write a meal plan that you're not even going to implement at all.
Exactly.
But as we're going to go into a decline, I wanted to ask you something that you had brought up. You said that the guy that you were incarcerated with, he asked you 2 questions, right? I want to close out with knowing, do you have answers to those 2 questions now?
Yes. Yeah. He asked me who I was.
Right.
And to put that in a nutshell, I just believe that I'm pure energy, and I'm energy that was created and made and to be able to give to other people. So I wake up every day and I do my best to put a smile on your face. I do my best to make that 4% of the day that you're with me for that hour to make that better. You come in with a problem, I'm here to help you with that issue. So I just believe like I'm pure energy made to be spread and affect people's lives.
Okay.
So that's who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that my purpose is like one and the same. My purpose was made right now to create my purpose. And this is why it gets difficult, because it's like, I don't believe like the gym is my purpose.
Okay.
But I believe like building institutions. Like, I just want to build an institution, right? And within that institution, I want people's lives to change. I want people to know the tricks that are being played, and it goes so deep. So I'm gonna say this to you right now. Right now, I don't have the answer.
Okay.
Right. I'm looking you in the camera. I'm looking you in the face to say that at this point in my story, I really don't have the answer, because I can be all things.
Absolutely.
Right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I can be all things. There's times when I can be a person you don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then there's times when I like I said, I could bring light and energy to a room and light it up. So, you know what I'm saying? I can be all things. So who I am right now is still left to be told. And what my purpose is right now is still left to be told. And I can say that without a doubt. And I wake up every day and put my foot forward and do everything I'm supposed to do as a man. And I still don't know.
Right. Because it's still a journey.
It's still a journey.
It's still a journey. Okay. Thank you so much for coming to sit. Well, let me come sit with you, because we in your establishment.
Listen, man, we in Club Elevation, the DK Dream Catchers podcast, and I just want to give a crazy shout out to Joe for having me here. Like I said, I don't do podcasts, I don't talk, and one of the reasons why I don't do it is because the question that she asked me at the beginning, a lot of things are still going on, and I feel like my story isn't over yet for me to sit here and give you as much as I can. But I feel like I appreciate you having me on here. I feel like I got a chance to tell the people some things that they might not know. So tune into DK Dream Catchers podcast. Tune into Club Elevation, OJ Macklin, Clay Moorfield, Kayla Henderson. We doing big things in the city of Pittsburgh and beyond. And I just want to tell the people to elevate.
Thank you guys for tuning in. And we hope at least I hope that you got everything you needed out of this conversation. OJ is an amazing man. And, Club Elevate, come check them out. Where are you located?
201 North Braddock Avenue, 15208. We're at the corner of North Braddock and Thomas Boulevard. Like I said, we do functional fitness. We train 6 days, 7 days out of the week. We train 7 days out of the week. We're open all the time. We just got a wonderful trainer by the name of Kayla Henderson. She's been doing some great things. So tap into her, tap into Clay Moorfield. I mean, this is what we do. And if you're watching this and you know us, you know this is what we do. But we got to get in front of this camera more to reach more people. So once again, thanks to the DK podcast. I hope to be on here again and answer some of those questions that I didn't get a chance to answer.
Absolutely. How we close out our class?
So we're gonna go hands up and we're gonna say elevate on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Elevate! Hey guys, this concludes episode 25 with my homeboy OJ Macklin, the best trainer in Pittsburgh, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. No, I'ma say it, OE, the best trainer in the world. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all that you have done in my life to help me and mine become healthy and not just physically. This is a family, a team, a unit, a movement. Your testimony was so well anticipated and powerful. I love you, the city loves you, and soon the world will too. How do I know? Because God said so. Guys, I know you enjoyed this episode. Please come back next week for episode number 26. God bless. Have a wonderful, safe week. And remember, like we always say, health is wealth.